Today, July 2nd, newspaper, Hindu, front page, bottom, June's gross GST revenue. GST we have to learn. Then right side, bottom, government undecided on deadline to fix boundaries for census. We have to know about the census exercise, which department does that. Implementation of Women's Reservation Act passed. So Women's Reservation Act, finer nuances we have to know. Exercise of delimitation. Delimitation exercise also we should know. There is a picture of flood, Assam's Morigao district. So we have to know geographically where it is. There is nothing in the second, third pages. Fourth page, NHRC issues notice in the bottom. So we have to know about NHRC. What are the powers, whether it is a legal or constitutional body. And comes to editorial, Israel is facing a strategic defeat in Gaza. Read that. Sense of uncertainty. Read that. Waiting for a reformist Iran's theocratic state. Read that. Closing or of unemployment by Subramanian Swamy. Read that. So these are all actually gives you some idea. This helps in forming opinions when you are writing answers. Iran, you will get to know what is the Iran system. Subramanian Swamy actually generally criticize government, but it will give a perspective. What is happening in Israel, Gaza, that will be also understood from that editorial. In the opinion page, page number 7, article by Ashok Lavasa. So that is about election commission. So we have to know about election commission, what he is suggesting. That can be also helpful in writing about any questions on election commission and even in the essay. Then page number 8, text and context. In the top 43, top 4 news, there are some terms which we have to know. Kaziranga National Park, where it is. And BSc, what is BSc? And according to that BSc, you have to say NSC also. That is ATF, aviation turbine fuel, who controls the fuel price, how it is taxed. Then in the bottom you see what is on the agenda for 16th Finance Commission. So we have to learn about Finance Commission, whether it is a constitutional or legal body. Then page number 9, what is IMAX? So it seems to be a new technology. So that will be a general knowledge question. Then there is a daily quiz about speaker and deputy speaker. So the factual questions are not only for general knowledge, but we have to know about the functions of speaker and deputy speaker, how they are appointed. Then page number 10, new criminal laws will prioritize justice by Home Minister. In that there are some terms, 0 FIR, EFIR, those differences we have to know. Then we go to page number 11 and all, that's political news, nothing to be read. 12, we have to know about NEET issue, and there is NTA, National Testing Agency. What are these agencies? Then CBI, what is CBI? And CBI booked HEC. What is HEC? It's Heavy Engineering Corporation, where it is a government company. Then India-Pakistan exchange, list of civilian prisoners. So we have to know India-Pakistan relationship, in that it is relevant. Then comes to page number 13, business. First, NMDC slashes prices. We have to know about NMDC, what type of company it is, Maharatna, Navaratna. Then PMI, what is PMI, we have to know. Then in the bottom you can see RBI ASEAN. So we have to know about RBI and ASEAN. So these are all for further reading. Using internet we have to find. In the world, there are 3 places where election is going to happen. England, France and United States. So we have to know the system of governance in these countries and how the elections are being held. Then in the sports, India South Africa women's test has happened. So we have to know the team members' names, especially Indian women team. Then in the last page there is Singapore wins right to host Ding Gukesh World Chess Championship. So in that there is something called World Chess Governing Body FIDE. We have to know how it works and what are the details about Ding Gukesh. How is he famous? Why is he in the news? So this is Hindu. Now we go to the Times of India. Times of India, most of the news get repeated, so I am avoiding the newses which have come in the Hindu. front page, yoga set to become Asiad sport as early as 2026. So in that Asian Games it is important. So where it is going to be held, so who is Indian Olympic Association, what is its prerogative, we have to know. Then come to page number, so directly we can go to page number page number page number 8, Parkinson's disease. We should know about Parkinson's disease. Then we go to page number there is no much of news relevant for UPSC in Times today except for page number 16 where it was a corporate bus. Corporate bus. Indian Coast Guard, Engineers India Limited, GAIL, WAPCOS, IREDA, these are all Indian government controlled companies or under the government of India. So we have to know about this. What are the roles, how they work, whether which are Navaratna, Miniratna companies or not. Global, there is a photo of International Space Station on the right bottom. So we have to know International Space Station. This is a person called Samantha Cristo Ferretti. She is the first female commander of the ISS. Her name is relevant. Then comes to the editorial part, everything changes. The left side, lawful liberal, that you have to read. It will give you perspective on the new laws. Then battle begins, new codes versus old ways. So that is also a perspective on the new criminal code and the old criminal code. In business, there is something called UPI, which has gone average daily UPI. So we have to know about the UPI and the market. Then 7 years of friendly GST. So that growth of GST, how GST came into picture, how is it relevant. Then RBI to link UPI, Asian payment system. So there is something mentioned about Project Nexus. So Project Nexus, it is very important. Then in sports, nothing much except in the last page, which is again a repetition of OCA's response on recognition of yoga. So it is for further reading, and if any terms are there, you can go in for further reading. Now come to Indian Express. So one newspaper, majority of the news will be covered. Then it is for editorial and all, we read the other news. So Indian Express, page number left side, first page, the world in that European Union is there. Hungary takes over European Union. So European Union we have to learn. Then there is some Ismail Khadare who has died. So there is a mention of Nobel Prize, Man Booker International Prize, Man Booker Prize and all. So those prizes we should know. And Indians who have got it, how they are decided and all. Then the first page, Chital stock dwindling in Kuno. So what is Project Cheetah? Which department is looking after, then what is the plan, how it is sustainable, whether do you support. So it is all for further reading. Then we can come directly to page number 4, cloudburst. So scientists, it's a cloudburst term, we should be aware. Then page number 7, the Express Network. In that Modi to visit Vienna first by a PM since Indira. So it's a read. It will help in understanding the relationships between our country and other various agencies, especially Russia. And there is a term called COP26. We have to be aware of the COP. What is Copenhagen Summit? Why is it relevant? Then the editorial page, you have to read only one thing. On the upswing, RBI report frames a banking system in good health, but some areas require supervision. So it will help in economics. Then in the ideas page, drawing borders in the air, presence of China's stealth fighters on Tibet airbase is a signal. So that can be also read about this India-China relationship and what is the importance of Tibet in balancing the relationships. Then the magic box, it talks about NCRT and national education policy and some sociological, psychological perspective which has been included in the national education policy. Then we can go to page number 12, the floods and urbanization in Delhi. So it is actually a problem of like how urbanization affects cities, especially during the rains, and also they have mentioned Bangalore, Mumbai, and also it is helpful for the opinion formation in essay writing. Then in the same page, how the world's first brain implant to control epileptic seizures. So epilepsy we have to know. There are some terms used, some new devices which has been found, so they may be relevant. Some people, people who set question paper are interested in latest technologies. Then economy, Russian oil imports surged to 13-month high. So it's about oil economy. Reading will help you in getting knowledge about oil economy. The project nexus again gets repeated, so that shows like it is important. Then in the briefly you can see SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. So it is an important organization. You have to know what is its mandate. Then India raises windfall tax on crude oil. So what is this tax? We have to know. Then manufacturing PMI is already highlighted in Hindu. Then you go to page, there is sports. There is nothing much relevant except for the last page in which India is beating South Africa. I have already pointed that in the other newspaper. You have to know the names of the Indian women cricket team. Thank you. All the best.